Hello everybody. Today we're going to go harvest all of our jalapenos, and I think we're going to make two different recipes. I think we're going to make cowboy candy. I've never made it before, so I'm only going to make a few jars of that, and we're going to make a jalapeno garlic sauce. I decided not to let my peppers turn into sriracha and we're just going to make a jalapeno garlic sauce instead. So we're going to do that in this video. So I am going to pick all of my jalapenos today for the cowboy candy. These ones I think I'm going to leave. They're still growing. We have a few here. And I have some in my garden as well. So that's what I'm doing right now, is just picking them, and then we'll get started. So these are all the jalapenos I picked. Note to self, I need to plant like 3 times the amount of bushes next year. So I also bought some jalapenos over here from the farmer's truck. And we're going to do cowboy candy and some, we'll see if we have enough, but we're also going to do garlic jalapeno hot sauce as well. So I'm going to pull out my food processor and we're going to pulse these in the food processor. I have a whole whack of jalapenos here. I'm not sure if the camera can see all of them. I had to go buy some more. I realized I did not have enough, so I went and bought some more before we started. These ones here, I'm just going to chop up, and I'm going to slice them with the seeds. These are the ones that are going to be put into the jalapeno garlic sauce. And then we're going to make both dishes together, the jalapeno garlic sauce and the cowboy candy. So I'm just going to dice these up so they can get simmering on the stove. It is for a hot sauce, so I'm just going to do all of them together. So the recipe for the hot sauce calls for 8 ounces of jalapenos. I'm going to double the recipe. So we're going to do approximately, I think about this much should be good for the jalapenos. There's roughly about 20 or so here. It says 8 ounces each, so that's about 8 peppers times 2, around 16 to 20. So depending on the size, some of these are quite small. So I'm just going to do this whole section here, and then we'll dice up, if you can see these, some of these. There's a whole bunch of them here, plus all the ones that I grew. I grew Black Magic jalapenos. That's why they're a little darker than the regular ones. And we're going to make some of this into cowboy candy. I do need to save a little bit of jalapenos for tomorrow's canning project. Tomorrow I'm doing salsa, so I'm going to save a little bit of them for that. But for right now, I'm just going to do these ones for the sauce. And then the ones for the cowboy candy, we're going to put in the food processor. I did say we were going to food process. I decided that the food processor would be best, mainly because I don't want them cut into slices like this. I think it's a matter of preference. I would like them to be diced a little smaller so that I can put them on crackers and stuff. I don't want to have a whole jalapeno slice in my mouth. So I think you cut them according to preference. So I'm going to cut them, pulse them in the food processor fairly small. I probably, for the cowboy candy, will take out a few of the seeds. I'll probably do half with seeds and half without. Don't want it too spicy. I don't mind spice, and my fiance loves spice. But I don't want it to be so spicy that I can't eat it. So I'm more of a mild to medium kind of spice person. He's medium to hot. Oh, I think I need to sharpen my knife just a sec. If that's better. A little better. I do need to purchase some new knives soon. As I'm sure you know, you should wear gloves when you're cutting hot peppers. Do not touch your face. Do not touch your skin. All the above. I took out my garlic pucks out of the freezer so we can use some of them for these recipes here. Some of these jalapenos are quite small. So that's why I'm just going to do the whole bit here. In the end, this should be like a pale green looking sauce. And I'm going to can these into small jars about like this. Some of these I'm going to give as gifts in my Christmas boxes, and some of them I just want a little amount. I personally don't usually use hot sauce unless it's in cooking. I don't really eat it on top of things. On the other hand, Ryan does. So I figured if I do little jars like this, sorry, my oven's preheating, then it'll be nice. And ooh, this one's got a yucky thing in the middle. I'm going to just take that out. Okay, so let's get started putting together the hot sauce. Okay, so I just turned this on. Oh, I missed one. See, this is what it will look like. Take that out of there. Okay, so I wrote down my recipe here. So I doubled the recipe. And we need about 8 cloves of garlic. So one of these is probably 2 cloves. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that should be about 8. And I'm doubling the recipe, so we need about 5 of these. Or 8, I meant. 2, 4, 6, 8. We need some of these for the cowboy candy as well. So I'm just going to put these in my pull-out freezer so they don't thaw. If I didn't mention, these are the garlic pucks that I made and put in the freezer. I pre-cook or pre-froze. They are very convenient. I love them. Okay, and then it says about 8 teaspoons per batch, so about 16 of olive oil. I think that's good. Okay, so we're going to let this simmer for a couple minutes. While this is simmering, I'm going to get the other 3 ingredients ready. The garlic is starting to melt down into the mixture. So I'm just going to cook this for another 5 or 10 minutes, and then we'll add the rest of the ingredients. I am cutting up and hollowing out some of these jalapenos for the cowboy candy. I think I'm going to leave 5 with the seeds in, and then all of these I'm going to take the seeds out. So that's what I'm doing right now. Okay, so I'm going to add, it says 1 cup of white vinegar, so I'm doubling. I'm going to do 2. Not sure what I did with my lid. Oh, there it is. Okay, so that's 2 cups of white vinegar. 1 if you're only singling the recipe. We need a teaspoon of kosher salt, so 2 teaspoons. When you're canning, you have to use non-iodized salt. It'll turn your product a different color if you don't. Not pleasant. And about 8 teaspoons or so of sugar. This one is to taste, so we're gonna do this. So that's 16. Okay, that's about 16. So now we're just going to let this simmer, and then we're going to blend it up. And then once we blend it up, we're going to taste it. I'm not looking forward to this part because of the hot sauce, and there's a lot of seeds in here, but I'm going to taste it and make sure the flavors are balanced. So we're going to let this simmer for another 10 minutes, and then we're going to put this through the food processor. So I just made the classic mistake. I took my gloves off and I wiped my forehead, and as you can see, it is now red. Keep your gloves on. Okay, so I let the mixture cool down a bit. I didn't want to wreck my food processor. So I'm just going to put it right in. It is still hot, just not boiling. Oh, my forehead is stinging. Should have kept my gloves on. I won't make that mistake again. Okay, and then all we do is blend this up and put it into canning jars, and that's it. So let's do that. There we go. Turn it on. Oh, what did I do? It's not on right. There we go. Looks really good. We just need to puree it really, really well. If this doesn't puree it all the way, I will use the immersion blender. But we're going to attempt to do it in here. When I bought the food processor, I actually gave my blender away. I didn't think I was going to need it. Well, turns out I did need it, but you know, it's okay. So we're going to keep doing this and see what happens. Okay, I don't think this is going to get it all, so we're going to use the immersion blender for the rest here. I'm going to leave this out because we're going to need this for all of these jalapenos here for the cowboy candy. Okay, let's see if I can do it in this or if I have to move it to a bowl. I think I'm going to move it to a bowl just because I can't get all the way down. Figured I would try to not dirty another dish, but that's okay. Let's go like that. Okay, got a bowl here. I might add a little bit more liquid to this. It is quite thick. Let me just put some water in this and put it in there. Okay, now let's blend it. Okay, I'm going to give this a taste. I'm nervous about tasting it because it's probably going to be really spicy with all the seeds, but I'm going to taste it. Okay. It's going to be so spicy. Oof. Oh, that's spicy. Oh my gosh. The flavors taste good though. Holy, oh my gosh. Oh, wow. My mouth has calmed down now. It's not burning anymore. Okay, so I mixed the sauce up a little bit more with some more water just to make it a little bit more liquidy. Wow, my mouth was burning. It's a little hot for me, but there's going to be a ton of people that love this. Okay, so I'm going to can most of them in these little jars so I can give them as gifts. And then whatever's left I'll put in here for Ryan. Okay, let's get started. So I'm just going to, instead of ladling it, I'm going to scoop it into this so I can pour it in. And then we'll try our best to clean the rims here. I need to leave about 1/2 to 1/4 of an inch of headspace. About there. We'll clean the rims after we're done here. Whew, spicy. I could eat it in small doses, but oh my gosh. And all I did was taste the tip of the teaspoon. Ryan will probably love this. I know a few people that we give Christmas gifts to that love spicy food, and they're going to love this. They might even think it's not spicy enough. Me, who likes mild to medium things, this is a lot. As you can see, I didn't heat the jars first. We're cold packing it. I'm going to heat the jars up in my canner with the water. It's actually made quite a few. I'm quite impressed. This recipe can also be made fresh. Okay. Get a spoon here because there's lots left in here. Oof, that was spicy. It's really good flavor though. Like, it's got the perfect amount of sweetness, perfect amount of vinegar. It's very tasty, just a little spicy for my liking. I did leave all the seeds in. Okay. I feel like I should just put one of these right in here to fill this jar. And then I'll put this one in the fridge for Ryan to finish. Okay, let's wipe the rims. This has vinegar and water on the cloth. These are the cutest little jars. I wish I had more of them. I think I'm going to buy some. I wanted to get the hot sauce finished. Then we'll put them in the canner while we're making the cowboy candy. The cowboy candy is also very fast. Okay, let me get the lids. Cute little jars. You do not have to heat your lids, it's just my preference. Just like in all my canning videos, you only tighten these hand tight. The jar needs room to contract inside the canner. Okay. Oh, just remembered I haven't wiped this one yet. It's good. There was a little bit of something on it too, so that's good. I remembered. And then this one we're just going to put right into the fridge. I don't know if this is going to fit on this. This might be too big. No, fits perfect. These are my reusable jar lids that I use for inside the fridge after I've opened something. Okay, so now I'm going to put these into the canner, and then we will put all of this into the food processor to start the cowboy candy. Okay, so we're just going to use the same food processor thing here. We're not going to... I got my gloves on. So I'm going to take all of these jalapenos and we're just going to shove them in here. And I'm going to get them to be like a small dice, hopefully. So this is approximately 30 jalapenos. So let's see about mixing these up, dicing them. Oh, I unplugged it. You can dice these into however thickness you want. You can even just slice them. Whew. I'm just going to mix this around. Get my spatula here. Just want to make sure they're nicely even diced. Okay, we're going to do one more. I just want them fairly small. Bite size. Bite size is a good way to describe it. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I think that's decent. I'll show you. This is how small they are. There's a few bigger chunks in there, that's fine. About that. So I'm going to pour this in the pot and then we'll do more of these ones. Okay, so I filled it again. thinking I should have taken those seeds out. 3/4 of this has no seeds, but I did leave 5 jalapenos in here with the seeds, hoping I don't regret that. If I do, I guess Ryan will be eating it all. Which I think I need to wash that. Be right back. Okay, so I washed that. I'm going to give it one more chop. Okay, I think that's good. It's fairly close to the same as the others. And now I'm just going to go dump this in the pot, and then we will put the rest of the ingredients in. Okay, so I have to put 7 cloves of garlic. So 2, 4, 6, we'll do 8. These are my garlic pucks that I used earlier. So we're going to let that simmer for a minute. Okay, so while these are simmering, the peppers and the garlic, let's add the rest of the ingredients. So I only did 1 times the recipe for this because I want to make sure we like it first. So we need 4 cups of sugar. That's shocking to me. This is a 1/2 cup measure. 2. That's a lot of sugar. Okay. And then we need 2 cups of apple cider vinegar. I have a big jug here. I think you could probably use white vinegar for this if you wanted as well. I've seen white vinegar used in a lot of the other recipes that I looked at. Okay, I'm just going to give this a little bit of a mix. Okay, I'm going to let that simmer for a couple minutes. Okay, so this recipe calls for 1 teaspoon of chili flakes. I think I'm going to leave that out. I don't want it to be too spicy. So 2 teaspoons of turmeric. I have some ground turmeric here. And either mustard seed or celery seed. 1 to 2 teaspoons depending on your flavor. I'm going to do 2. Just because that's what it says in the recipe here. And like I said, there's 1 teaspoon of chili flakes, but I'm going to leave that out. I think this is going to be more than spicy enough. And then we just cook this together. Let it simmer for a bit. I'm going to let this simmer for about 15 minutes, and then I'll come back and show you. Just getting everything ready here. Okay, so I did want to use those little jars, but we don't have enough of those left, so we're going to use the 1/2 pints. So I boiled this for about 15 to 20 minutes. Looks like this. So we're just going to ladle it right into the jar. We're putting the brine in as well. Take one of my lids here. The first batch of hot sauce isn't done canning yet, but we will can these right afterwards. And that's what it looks like. I don't need to debubble because there's so much brine in there. It smells very spicy in my house. My son asked, what am I cooking? Oh my God. Because the whole house smells like jalapenos. Jalapenos and vinegar. Oh. So I'm processing the hot sauce for 15 minutes in the water bath canner. I think this is going to get a lot more jars than I expected, so I think I'm going to give a couple of them away for Christmas to people that I know that will love them. My goal was 4 jars, 4 half pints, but I think I'm going to get a lot more than that. I'm thinking maybe 6, we'll see. And I only 1 times to the recipe. I know a lot of people that swear by cowboy candy, so I thought I would give it a try. I think I could probably put it in a lot of applications, actually, especially if I'm making like a dip or something. Mix a little bit of this in with it. I think it would probably be really good. Kind of like like a cheese ball at Christmas. Add some of this in there. Be really good. Or on like a, what do they call them? I can't even remember what they're called. No, I don't even know what they're called. Those boards that people have different types of meat. I think it's starts with a C, I think. A trickery board? No. I can't even remember what it's called. Different kinds of meats, different kinds of cheese, and then you have crackers. Now this is going to bug me. I'm going to have to look it up what this is. But I think you get the gist of what I'm talking about. This would be good for that too. They recommend eating this with cream cheese and crackers. I think that would be the way I'm going to try it first. Six. We're on the 7th jar. Hopefully this is it. Trying to drain some of the jalapenos off. There's a lot of brine in here. There we go. I think we got exactly 7. Seven half pints. That's not bad. It's always the last lid on the bottom that gives me trouble. There we go. Okay, so once the canning process is done for these and the hot sauce, I'll give you a look. And yeah, probably half hour, maybe hour. Okay guys, so all the canning is done. I'll show you the hot sauce here. Looks beautiful. It's very spicy. The cowboy candy. All the jars are sealed. I forgot to add vinegar into my water, so it's a little bit, the residues on the jars, but that's okay. All the jars sealed. Looks great. When Ryan came home from work, I actually got him to taste the hot sauce. Even he said it was very spicy. So I think I might need to put a label on it to eat it sparingly. So yeah, make sure you wear your gloves when you use hot peppers. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.